Hey, book friends, it's Caitlin and Tishka here. I just finished reading a super fun murder mystery. It's called You Are Fatally Invited. So I'm going to be reviewing this today without giving any spoilers away. I'll talk about the plot and what I liked and did not like about this book. So let's get into it. So we have a bunch of thriller authors that get invited to this exclusive retreat that's supposed to be hosted by like the king of thrillers, this elusive author named J.R. Alastor, who has always written under a pen name. And so all of the authors are really excited to finally find out the true identity of their favorite author. And they're all very, very shady and secretive. Like we know right off the bat, as soon as they're like on the boat to come to this island, that they're all hiding something. And when we get there, this doesn't seem to be like a normal writing retreat because, first of all, like the author, J.R. Allister, is like nowhere to be found. Instead, we're like following this assistant of his named Mila, who just is supposed to be like an event coordinator, and she's kind of just like following instructions for the retreat. She actually like has her own secrets and reasoning for why she took this like well-paid job. She has like her own axe to grind with one of the writers.
Ladies and gentlemen, a magician named God.
So lots of secrets to be had. We end up like following this retreat that's like relies heavily on like tropes, and so it feels very like meta. Like we have like the dinner party and like game night, and each night is like a different theme, and things are just like kind of starting to go off of the rails. Like one of the authors ends up dead, and it's like not part of the plan because there's like this big secret plan in the background, and things just start going crazy. Like you're just guessing the entire way through the book and trying to figure out what's going on. There's just like twists and big reveals like up the wazoo. It's very fast paced, like very fun. I personally like didn't see anything coming, but I feel like there weren't really a whole lot of like breadcrumbs left. And I kind of like prefer when I can uh, like grasp some stuff and try to like work it out for myself. But it is a lot of fun, a little bit gory. Some things I liked in particular about this book, it was very atmospheric and very like consistent with like murder mystery type of tropes. Like there's like a big storm and it's very suspenseful, and everything is kind of like well plotted, well paced. Characters with secrets and pasts that we get to discover. And so, yeah, I never really felt like I was like bored. It's like a good escapist read. But I guess the issues I had were like that there's kind of a lot of characters to keep track of. And I prefer stories where there's like fewer characters, but like there's like more descriptions about them. It's something that I can really like sink my teeth into. And I have a hard time like getting into stories with a lot of plot and action if I feel like I'm not really fighting for the characters. And there wasn't really anyone in particular that I like really connected with in the book. I was kind of just reading it and enjoying. I wanted to know obviously like what happened in the end, but I didn't ever feel like there was a point where this is dramatic. I never felt like, oh, I would like cut off my foot to figure out like the ending of this book. Like I want to know so bad like what happened. Like I just like never really felt super invested. I'm not like a huge murder mystery type of person. I think the last murder mystery that I read and really liked was over Christmas called The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year. And I was also thinking about that book so much when I was reading this book because it's kind of similar, because that book is also about like writers that get invited to like a retreat hosted by another like mystery crime author who does like a locked room mystery type of switch on them. And so I was thinking so much about that book that I don't know, I just like naturally was like comparing them. But that book actually does have like a romantic side plot. And this book, it does actually have a mini romantic side plot, but I wasn't really like, I'm going to use a new term I keep seeing. I wasn't like shipping them. Like, I don't know, I feel like more could have been done with that. Um, Sometimes it got over complicated for me, and I'd have to like go back and try to read like, wait, was there just like a huge reveal in the last paragraph. Like, let me go check. But yeah, it's fun. I think I would give it maybe like 3.5 stars if I had to rate it with stars. But yeah, this is just another writing retreat book for me. I feel like I've read so many of these type of books recently. Like, I'll put some other pictures of other like writing retreat books that I have been thinking about when I read this book. But props to the author. I guess this is her like debut book, so awesome. I think I'd read more books by her. And yeah, my next book review will probably be about the other book I've been reading this week called Blob, which I have just been completely obsessed with, laughing hysterically through it. The other thing I have to mention is that I got this book through NetGalley, and I got to read it before it was published. And I just have to say thank you so much to all of my subscribers, because literally without you guys, I wouldn't have been like accepted to read this book ahead of publication and for free. So thank you so much for supporting my channel. That's all for today. I hope you guys have a nice Valentine's Day, and Tishka and I will see you next time. Bye.